Track 2, Unit 7, Occupations. Let's start. A. Let's talk.
What does your father do?
He's a pilot.
My mother's an office worker.
Oh, what does an office worker do?
I'm not sure.
Track 3.
What does an office worker do?
I'm not sure. Track 4. B. Practice the words. Ask and answer. Number 1.
A pilot.
Number 2.
A zookeeper.
Number 3.
An astronomer.
Number 4.
A baseball player.
Track 5.
What does your father do?
He's a pilot.
What does your father do? He's a pilot.
Track 6. Number 1.
What does your mother do?
She's a pilot.
Number 2.
What does your father do?
He's a zookeeper.
Number 3.
What does your mother do? She's an astronomer.
Number 4.
What does your father do? He's a baseball player.
Track 7. C. Let's sing. What does your father do?
What does your father do?
He's a pilot.
What does your mother do?
She's an astronomer.
What does your brother do?
He's an office worker.
What does an office worker do?
I'm not sure.
Track 8. Let's learn. A. Practice the words. Number 1.
A veterinarian.
Number 2.
A mechanic.
Number 3.
A sales clerk.
Number 4.
A factory worker.
Number 5.
A photographer.
Number 6.
A fisherman.
Track 9. B. Practice the sentence.
He's a veterinarian.
He's a veterinarian.
Track 10. B. Practice the sentence.
She's a veterinarian. He's a mechanic. She's a sales clerk. He's a factory worker. She's a photographer. He's a fisherman.
Track 11. C. Practice the question and answer.
What's her job?
She's a veterinarian.
What's her job? She's a veterinarian.
Track 12. C. Practice the question and answer. Number 1.
What's her job?
She's a veterinarian.
Number 2.
What's her job?
She's a factory worker.
Number 3.
What's his job?
He's a mechanic.
Number 4.
What's her job?
She's a sales clerk.
Number 5.
What's his job?
He's a photographer.
Number 6.
What's his job?
He's a fisherman.
Track 13. Let's learn more. A. Practice the words. Number 1.
Help animals.
Number 2.
Fix cars.
Number 3.
Sell things.
Number 4.
Make things.
Number 5.
Take pictures.
Number 6.
Catch fish.
Track 14. B. Practice the sentence.
A photographer takes pictures. Help, helps. Fix, fixes. Sell, sells. Make, makes. Take, takes. Catch, catches.
A photographer takes pictures.
Track 15. B. Practice the sentence.
A veterinarian helps animals.
A mechanic fixes cars.
A sales clerk sells things.
A factory worker makes things.
A photographer takes pictures.
A fisherman catches fish.
Track 16. C. Practice the question and answer.
What does a sales clerk do?
A sales clerk sells things.
What does a sales clerk do? A sales clerk sells things.
Track 17. C. Practice the question and answer. Number 1.
What does a factory worker do?
A factory worker makes things.
Number 2.
What does a photographer do?
A photographer takes pictures.
Number 3.
What does a fisherman do? A fisherman catches fish.
Number 4.
What does a sales clerk do? A sales clerk sells things.
Number 5.
What does a veterinarian do? A veterinarian helps animals.
Number 6.
What does a mechanic do? A mechanic fixes cars.
Track 18. D. Say these. Number 1.
A mechanic fixes cars in a garage.
Number 2.
A sales clerk sells things in a store.
Track 19. Let's build. A. Play a game. What's my job?
I work in a store. I sell things. What's my job? You're a sales clerk. I wear a uniform. I drive a police car. What's my job? You're a police officer.
Track 20. Let's read. A. Read.
Maya is an animal photographer. She takes pictures of animals every day. She never takes pictures of people. She usually takes pictures outside, in parks and zoos. Here she is taking a picture of a lion. Be careful, Maya.
Track 21. B. Answer the questions. Number 1.
What does Maya do?
Number 2.
Does she ever work outside?
Number 3.
Is she taking a picture of a tree?